All right. Hello, everybody. Let's see if I'm live. Can you see me? Let's look at the comments. Hello. Okay. Hey. Hello. All right. Looks like it's working. Let's quickly get a few people in, and then we're going to start. I hope you all had a great day and a great week. It's already Thursday again. I mean, wow, the time flies right now. It's super crazy. Let me hear if you can hear me. Hey, Amit. Hi, okay. Seems like it's working. Great. Hey, Yash. All right. Yeah, so super busy this week. I uploaded the video yesterday to my YouTube channel. I don't know if you have seen it, a architecture review. We're also going to look at one more today. And hey, Ardit on YouTube. All right, YouTube works. Rashid. All right. We can hear you. All right. Yeah, we're going to look today into Google chat and panics over ChatGPT. I actually made a post about this before, and I want to talk about this. And there's an interesting video I want to watch with you and give my comments on this. And also, we're going to look at another architecture review of an IoT platform. It's another video of the AWS video series. And also, we can start with questions. If you have any question around data engineering, we can use the first few minutes that I answer your questions. Whatever you have in mind. If you're unsure about data engineering, or if you need some advice, let me know. Because this is why I do these streams, to help you, right? Yeah. So while you prepare this, I have put in my videos. I hope everything works, that you can hear the video then. Let me quickly check. This should work. All right. Yeah, let's jump in. Let's jump in. How do I do this? I'm going to do it like this. All right. So let's look at the first video. And because that is something I find very interesting. ChatGPT is... Okay, let's quickly answer this question here. What do you think is the next big thing in data engineering? The next big thing. So I answered this last week or something to somebody. I think the next thing for engineering in general is that the role shifts a bit. That the role shifts a bit more towards the warehouse, more towards engineering for the analysts, so that they can directly work with the data. So more towards analytics engineer, I think, in the future, a year or something, because we see this a lot more. We see the hype of Snowflake and the hype of Databricks and warehousing with those. So I think this is going this direction. I'm not sure about technologies. Right now, everything is quite boring, in my opinion. So, yeah. All right, ChatGPT. So I was going through ChatGPT, and I also posted this on my LinkedIn before, and people were saying I'm completely wrong. So that's why I found this video, and I want to pick this up here. This is a video by a channel called Code Fusion. and it's titled Google Panics Over ChatGPT. AI Wars Has Begun. And this is also from the title what I suspect, that there is a lot moving and that this could change, or it could be a huge problem for Google's business model, actually. So let's check this out. Please give me, if you don't hear this, then let me know, that we're going to try to fix this. And also, if you have something interesting for me to look at in these sessions, share this with me. We're going to do this more often.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Cold Fusion. This was Google in 1998.
So we're right between that house and this house. We're renting this half of a house. Ping pong table, computer. Go to the other side of the office. There's Larry, CEO of Google.
One sec, I need to change something. I forgot to change something. Here for my video output, I need to scale the video output so it looks better for you. Apply. Okay. It's actually quite funny. This story that Google started in a garage, like this. It's funny to me.
Say something like this. Hi.
It was a small company run out of the garage of Susan Wojcicki, who is, interestingly, the current CEO of YouTube.
Coincidence?
Simply from recognizing the value of organizing information on the web, Google managed to grow from a few tinkering PhD students to a formidable giant that now owns over 90% of search and carries out over 8 billion search queries per day. For 2 decades now, Google has been the undisputed king of web searches. The term Google has been synonymous with searching for information. Need a recipe, or a movie review, or just settling an argument with a friend? You can just Google it. With a net worth of $1.15 trillion in 2022, they seem unstoppable. So what exactly could...
To me, it's crazy to me. Like how much money Google has and how much money Google is making. And the business model, that it's such a scalable business model, it's amazing. It's really amazing.
Could make a massive company like Google panic, so much so that they issued an internal code red. Well, it's OpenAI's ChatGPT, of course. With Microsoft's plans to integrate the AI system into their search engine, Bing, Google Search may face a serious threat for the first time in its history.
And I think they're actually right here, because in my previous post, I try to tell people that, like, we're searching, we're putting it into the search bar, and then we're getting a lot of results. And this, we're going through, and we're going to, in the first page, we're going to find something, and then we're going to go there and find the information, and that's it. But what if you don't need that? Like ChatGPT is so good and it has so much information. Yes, right now not everything is perfect, but like from the opportunities are there. Why would you even search anymore? Which is I'm guessing a huge problem for Google, and seems like they recognize this.
Could this be one of the biggest technology story arcs in history? While making this episode, I kind of felt like we're at the beginning of an AI war. So in the following, we'll learn what Google might do about the situation. They're actually already fighting back. We'll get into that. And we'll also see why exactly ChatGPT is such a threat to Google's central business model. Let's take a look.
Ich weiß nicht, wie es euch geht, aber ich möchte ein Leben, das mir die Möglichkeit gibt, so zu sein, wie ich bin.
You are watching Cold Fusion TV.
To transform just about every industry, including education, ChatGPT passed the U.S. medical licensing exam, the bar exam, and got a B on a Wharton MBA paper.
a conversational chatbot capable of responding to any query in a human-like manner always seemed to be a technology of the future, for the masses anyway, until ChatGPT.
Yeah, the old chatbots were always funny and were always terrible. I don't know if you have tried ChatGPT. I'm guessing you have. It's very, very good. From the conversation and how it reacts to you. And if you say, oh, can you rephrase this? It's going to try to rephrase this. And like I needed to cancel a service, our power service, because we were moving to another company. And I actually asked ChatGPT, can you create me a cancellation letter for our power provider, saying that because of the latest price change, we're going to cancel and go somewhere else. And it actually created the whole thing. I looked through it. It was good. Just copy paste into the form, or no, into a document, and send it away. So that was actually super cool.
Following its release,
And in German, by the way.
ChatGPT has garnered huge attention from around the world. To give you an idea of the scale of this moment, ChatGPT has been the fastest app in history to reach 100 million users. It's taken just 2 months, whereas TikTok took 9 and Instagram 30.
That's crazy. I mean, yes, what do you call a user? Is it just a one-time thing? Or is that a user that actually uses this recurringly all the time? Like, I don't know. Finally, what we need, a search engine that is the product. With Google, we are the product. Our data is stored and sold. Yeah. With Google, yeah. Very often that's unfortunately the case. Like, let me quickly go back here. Like Instagram here, 30 months. Spotify, 55 months. Like, is that crazy? And
just 2 months, whereas TikTok took 9 and Instagram 30. A rapid adoption rate is a classic early signal of a disruptive product or technology. A couple of months ago, we took a deep dive into ChatGPT. Since then, it's been updated and is better than ever. However, as I previously stated, it's important to know that it's not perfect and may sometimes give bias or outright incorrect information. If you want to see
that was what people didn't understand. Like, I was thinking 5 years ahead or 2 years ahead. Right now, it's not perfect. It doesn't really generate reliable answers. That's not the case right now. It's in the, let's say, the beta phase. It's the testing phase. But what this can be in the future, that is the big thing.
See that episode on ChatGPT and to OpenAI's views on the future of these systems in more detail, the link for that episode can be found in the description below. Microsoft is looking to capitalize, namely by putting this technology in their search engine, Bing. The massive implications of this will be discussed later in the episode. But for now, we've got to find out something. How did Microsoft and OpenAI get involved with each other in the first place? The alliance between the two started in 2019 when Microsoft invested $1 billion into OpenAI. This was very crucial for both companies. OpenAI needed some cash as well as the computing power of Microsoft's Azure cloud services. This allowed the AI research firm to scale and drastically reduce its operating costs. Microsoft, on the other hand, was able to acquire OpenAI's intellectual property portfolio in the process.
I don't know who made that decision. Like, somebody needed to make that decision. Let's invest $1 billion in OpenAI, but secure the IP for it. Like, I don't know who made this decision, but most likely this person has not been paid enough. That's how I feel. Like that was a really, really nice move, and like that needed a lot of outlook in the future. But it seems to like really pay off.
In essence, Microsoft now has access to some of the world's best AI technology, giving it a competitive edge over other major players in the tech industry. Since then, Microsoft and OpenAI have been working together on various projects.
And specifically, ChatGPT. CEO Satya Nadella is saying its impact will be, quote, at the magnitude of the personal computer, the internet, mobile devices, and the cloud.
Maybe. Yeah.
When Microsoft made the bombshell announcement that they were integrating ChatGPT into Bing, Google was in shock. An emergency code red situation was declared, and I could imagine the frantic meetings. One Google executive told the New York Times it was a make or break moment for the company. But wait, this is Google we're talking about. The company with far and away the world's leading search engine. They dominate 90% of search queries. Microsoft, with their dinky little Bing, accounts for only 9% of worldwide desktop searches in 20.
And most likely these 9% of searches, that is how to find Google Chrome, like how to download Google Chrome.
2022. So why is Google panicking? Google is looking at what might happen in the future and not what's happening today. Chatbots are not new, but the level of performance seen by ChatGPT definitely is. The thing that sets it apart from the Medicore chatbots of the past is that it's a generative pre-trained transformer, or GPT. In plain language, it just means that it's been trained on billions of parameters and petabytes of text. This training allows the system to generate new text in a way that mimics the understanding of a wide range of queries and can respond accordingly. ChatGPT, or the inevitable flood of AI assistants, has the potential to revolutionize how we interact with search engines. Microsoft could see this as well, and that's why they've been betting on OpenAI and its technology. For a second, I just want you to stop and think about it. If an AI-powered search engine gave you the specific information or answer you want in a concise manner, but you could also ask further questions and drill down into the details that you want, This would be revolutionary. You don't have to click through a bunch of links and waste your time. Right now, if you want a specific answer...
Wait a sec, what happened? What do you mean? What do you mean what happened? Something wrong? For policy violations? What? What? Ah, come on. It seems like strange.
You have to Google what you're looking for, get a bunch of results that may or may not fit, and if it's specific enough, you end up going to a forum anyway and searching through all the answers there. In this AI-powered search engine world, the answer would already be synthesized for you, and this is because the AI has already crawled through the whole web and read it already. And I think this is where AI-powered search will excel the most.
Yeah, that you don't need to search for it, but you are getting the information on a plate, right? That is the thing. So
for very specific problems, just this implication alone is huge. Obviously, if you want to know something political or something that could have a slant or bias, that's another story.
Wenn Sie in der IT arbeiten, dann brauchen Sie Altera. Eine Komplettlösung für Fernüberwachung und Verwaltung für...
It has Google shook a little bit, calling a code red, and there's a good reason for that. ChatGPT is potentially an existential threat to Google's business because Google relies 60% of its revenue on search, and ChatGPT offers an alternative to search, which is a one-stop question answering shop powered by AI. But this could change the game of search entirely, which is core to Google's business.
Exactly.
If OpenAI integrates a ChatGPT-like language model into Bing's search engine, people will just be able to find the results that they need without having to scroll through a flat page of search results that are littered with ads.
And let's be honest, do we want to do that? I don't know if we want to do that, right? Is that something we want to do? No, not really. We want to get to the answer immediately. That's usually where we want to go. So
this may be good news for users, but for a company like Google, it's very bad news. And why is this so bad for Google? Because roughly 60% of their revenue comes from Google search. If the magnitude of this income becomes significantly damaged, it could be catastrophic. Google's business model is centered around advertising. It's been their long-standing primary source of revenue. By charging companies for promoted search links or AdSense links on websites, the company has built a lucrative business model. But it's clear that ChatGPT's integration with Bing has the potential to disrupt this entire system. If that doesn't sound bad enough, the creator of Gmail himself said that ChatGPT will destroy Google's business in 2 years.
Let's see. The thing is always, how good is it going to get quickly, right? It can be that as a preview, this is very strong, but then to actually bring it into production, that's a completely other story, because it's difficult to scale the whole operation because it needs so much computing power, or because the answers are not getting better. So there is a danger, yes, but completely replace Google in 2 years, I don't know.
While I don't think this is the case, because Google isn't going to just sit still, as you'll soon see, it still is interesting that he said this. In January of 2023, the Department of Justice filed an antitrust lawsuit against Google. They stated, quote, Google has used anti-competitive, exclusionary, and unlawful means to eliminate or severely diminish any threats to its dominance over digital advertising technologies. This isn't to mention the 12,000 Google employees that were recently let go. This is probably due to higher interest rates and a changing market. But still, all things considered, these are some of the biggest challenges Google has seen in its 20 years of dominance. So it's no surprise that the company issued the code red.
And that's absolutely true. Like with Google, how often has Google been actually attacked? That's such a strong market lead. So it's like that they are attacked in a way like this where it's business threatening. It's not really. When is that the case? Never. When has that been the case since they were so strong? Never.
But here's the crazy thing. They even sought help from their co-founders, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, both of which had stepped down from their executive positions back in 2019 and have not been actively involved in the company's operations. According to the New York Times, the pair was invited to an executive meeting to strategize on how to integrate chatbot features into Google's search engine. They were also said to be devising a plan for the company's AI operations. According to Forbes, Sergey Brin has requested access into Google's internal code, and he was taking a look at some Lambda code. This could indicate that
I think this is a bit overhyped. Like, come on. Maybe he was just interested and wanted to look at it or something. This doesn't mean that he's coming back and that he is going to be the savior of it. Like, no. Let's wait what happens.
Google will be using Lambda in their response to OpenAI. When Google calls them the old guard, you know things are getting serious. Meanwhile, Microsoft is going all out. They're going to be investing an extra $10 billion into OpenAI. As part of the new agreement, Microsoft will receive 75% of OpenAI profits until it recoups its investment, and then will hold a 49% stake in the company afterward.
Wow, that's big. That's cool. We see how they are going to do this, right? They already announced that they are doing a ChatGPT professional version or plus version where you pay some money. So, yeah, of course, this is going to be monetized.
Unfortunately, this is the antithesis of what the OpenAI company originally stood for.
That is also that's true. That's a problem. OpenAI has been called OpenAI because it should be open. It should be accessible to people. So,
all goes well, this may turn out to be one of the best business deals of the decade.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right now, Chrome is the default option for Android, and Google pays Apple huge sums of money just to be the default option on iPhones and macOS devices.
I didn't actually know that. I didn't knew that they spend money to do that.
This has no doubt worked wonders for Google in the past, especially since there's been no real alternative. But now that Bing could eat some market share, I think Google will use their default status and dominating market share to their advantage while they hit back. This is how I think things may play out if Google gets their act together. So Google are probably going to rapidly prototype and release an AI-powered search engine competitor integrated into Google Chrome. And because Google Chrome is the default browser for so many, this new tool will gain widespread adoption without much effort and end up killing Bing AI before it really gets a chance to start.
It's not so easy. I think this is not a problem where you could just throw a bunch of money at it and get very, very good quickly. Otherwise, they would have done this already. So I don't see this as that they can make so. Maybe they already have something and just haven't told anybody. Could also be.
Now, I could be wrong, but it just seems like Google has to make a major move like this.
Yeah.
It's reported that Google is working on 20 AI projects, including image generation tools, a product for prototype app testing, and even a green screen mode for YouTube creators. One of the most interesting pieces of research is Music LM, an AI that can transform whistled or humming melodies into a certain style which is described in text. So it's clear that Google isn't sleeping. In a staff memo, CEO Sundar Pichai wrote, quote, "I am confident about the huge opportunity in front of us. Thanks to the strength of our mission, the value of our products and services, and our early investments in AI. To fully capture it, we'll have to make some tough choices." And I think that last sentence is key. It seems like Google may be forced to put the safety issues on the back seat and will just start unleashing the AI products. They could turn the playing field around quite quickly. And this is some news just in.
Still, I'm not convinced that this is super easy to do. They portrayed here that it's easy to do, but I don't think this is a quick thing for Google to make.
According to CNBC, Google is currently testing a ChatGPT competitor called Apprentice Bard internally with its employees. And also, a group of engineers have left OpenAI and started their own AI company, and their first product, Claude, is similar to ChatGPT, but better in some cases. The company, called Anthropic AI, has already raised over $1 billion, and guess what? Google just invested $300 million. Things are really heating up now. But for those of you who are really into technology, something doesn't add up here. Google has been working on AI technology for a long time. Even as far back as 2016, Google CEO Sundar Pichai wanted to make Google, quote, an AI-first company.
Yeah, but I mean, they